that our problems are succumb to or unexpected, and this is frequently that.
Hello everyone, I'm Preme.
I'm Pearly.
And we're twins. Now, before we dive in, we want all of you to think back to when you were younger. Imagine the experiences, the expectations, and the words people used to describe you.
In fact, let's bring these words to life. If you have your phones with you, please join this Mentimeter QR and enter a word that you would use to describe yourself right now or as you were growing up. Maybe quiet, athletic, or even troublemaker. And let's see what has shaped our early identities.
As you are all entering your words, we will be revisiting these words at the end of our talk. So let's move on. Now, for me and Pearly, one of the words that we would have entered would definitely have been the twins. As you can guess, being twins means we share the same clothes, the same shoes, the same school, and even the same friends.
But not the same height.
True. But either way, growing up, being twins was practically our whole identity, at least to everyone around us. To them, we were seen as one unit. People expected us to act the same, be the same, think the same, and do everything together. Friends and even family sometimes mixed up our names.
And honestly, it's not so hard to see why. See, right from the beginning, me and Preme were together, even in our mom's womb. Afterwards, we went to the same places, dressed the same way, and did the same things. From scheming intricate pranks to play on our older sister, failing to memorize the times tables, destroying our mom's makeup, and making yeast-filled messes in the kitchen in our so-called baking challenges. We've stuck by each other's sides and seen each other grow through so many different phases of life.
But when we grew up and entered our teenage years, we realized something. Being twins didn't mean that we had to be identical in every single way. And this realization, this desire to be more than just the twins, is something I think everyone here can relate to, whether you are a twin or not. You don't have to be one to feel the weight of other people's expectations. Friends, family, society, they all have ways of putting us into boxes we don't want to be put into, sometimes expecting us to be certain ways without truly even knowing who we are. Though growing up as twins has shaped our shared experiences, our journey of discovering our own individual identities reflects a universal truth. Everyone, at some point in their life, faces the challenge of finding themselves amidst the expectations of others.
And this journey to truly be yourself is one worth exploring. Let's go back in time a bit to when this all started. When we first entered middle school, me and Preme took different electives. Preme joined the choir because of her passion for singing, and I decided to sign up for drama. And although this was something small, it was a step in which we started to pursue our unique talents and interests. Preme started singing in competitions, and I took roles in musical theater. However, this difference could be seen way back in elementary school. Here, this picture is of 8-year-old me and Preme in our singing class for a video. And as you can see, I'm hanging out lazily on the couch, while Preme here is standing up, diligently singing.
Then, in 7th grade, at the beginning of the year, we had the same exact schedules, except for our electives, down to the last block. Our A, B, C, D, E, and F, G blocks were exactly the same. Upon receiving the email, I remember immediately locking eyes with Pearly and begging our mom to email our principal, Mrs. Karen, to change up our schedules.
And thankfully, she did. Thank you, Miss Karen, wherever you are. And this was the point at which we began to wonder who we were if we weren't together. Our interests started to diverge, from sports to hobbies to even the way we dressed. At one point, I decided to get rid of my bangs, which differentiated us even more.
Each choice felt like we were chipping away at the labels, at the idea that we were just the twins. After that, we began pursuing even more different hobbies. While I had basketball practices at school, Pearly took ice skating lessons outside, a sport in which I suck at. While Pearly started baking at home, I'd be on my computer doing graphic designs.
But this isn't just about us. Whether it's in school, at work, or within family dynamics, people often expect you to fit a specific role. Maybe you're seen as the responsible one, or the shy one, or the funny one. Maybe you're expected to get really good grades, or to pursue a certain career path. And in trying to meet those expectations, it's easy to lose sight of who you truly are.
Imagine an iceberg. What everyone sees, your role, your accomplishments, your outward appearance, is just at its tip. These are the things that people use to immediately judge us or label us upon seeing us. According to studies, it takes only 1/10 of a second for people to form first impression judgments about each other. Yet, as you can see, below the surface lies so much more. Our passions, our quirks, our hopes, and our dreams. Yet, these hidden parts are the ones we're most afraid to show, because we're afraid of breaking out of the mold that we've been placed in.
And it's scary. It's hard revealing parts of yourself when you're used to people only perceiving you from what's on the surface. I used to be known to most of my teachers and friends as the shy girl who barely said a word. So when I started taking roles in musicals, I was nervous about sharing a new side of myself to others. Little did I know that this new experience would open so many new doors for me to explore. Ones my small, shy, and unconfident 6-year-old self would never have imagined to even open. And sometimes we keep it safe and subconsciously do or try new things that fit within the characteristics that other people seem to place on us. But these hidden parts are what make us unique. So let's take a look at me and Preme's identity icebergs. At the top is what everybody sees. But down below is what can't be found at first glance.
So we encourage each of you to ask yourselves, what parts of you have you yet to discover? What passions or dreams have you put on hold just because they didn't fit the role that others saw for you? Discovering your identity is a lifelong journey. It's okay to take detours, to change directions, to explore. Be brave enough to be who you are, not who others expect you to be. Because when you embrace your own individuality, you find the best version of yourself. So let's take a look at the Mentimeter that we created at the beginning. Let's take a look at these words now. Ooh.
Wow. Drop dead hilarious, skibbity, and smexy hot. Love the confidence.
From stubborn to drop dead hilarious, it's amazing to see all these different words that resonate with each and every one of you. These words up here represent the labels we've carried, the roles we've played, and how we've been seen.
But what if there's a part of you that isn't up there yet? A passion, a dream, or a side of you that you've kept hidden? We challenge you. Bring that part of yourself to the surface. Take one step, however small, to nurture it and to embrace it.
Let's promise ourselves right here, right now, to explore beyond the labels and to inspire others by being authentically us.
So, break the mold, live your truth,
And add your own word to the story. Thank you!